Hello, dear students. Today we'll continue the lessons that we have already started on the previous day. We'll see lesson number 3, The Seat of Truth by Shuddhamurti. Dear students, we have seen that how a king decided to select to find out the successor. And we see, he declared to all the children to come to the palace and to collect the seeds, and if they are able to grow biggest and the healthiest plant within 3 months, they will become the prince or the princess. On hearing this, we have seen all the anxious parents and the children gathered outside the palace to collect the seed. And we see among these children, Pingala also came to the palace to collect the seed from the king. And after a few months, when the Pingala saw that no plant was coming out from the seed, he tried to change the soil and transfer the seed to another pot, but even after that nothing has happened. And about the other students, the other boys, we have already seen what has happened. Now we'll continue the lesson. At last the day came when all the children had to gather to the king to show the plant they had grown. And we see, at the end of 3 months, all the other children gathered outside the palace to show the king that they had grown. They started walking to the palace dressed in their best, holding beautiful plants in their hands. Only Pingala stood sadly, watching them go by. Pingala's father had watched his son working hard with the sit and felt sorry for him. "Why don't you go to the king with the empty pot?" he suggested. "At least he will know you tried your best." So here you see all the other, they gathered outside the palace to show the king the plant that they had grown. And we see, they were all dressed in their beautiful dress. And then Pingala, this boy, who was not willing to go to the palace to show the king because he had not grown anything. But his father encouraged him to go to the palace and to show the king whatever has happened. At least to be frank enough and to tell him that he had not grown anything. So Pingala too wore his best clothes and joined the others outside the palace, holding his empty pot in his hand and ignoring the laughter around him. Soon the king arrived and began his inspection. And we see all the others, you see that, they started laughing because this boy Pingala had not grown anything. He just brought what? He just brought an empty pot. And by seeing this, all the other children started laughing at him, but he ignored their laughter. And when the king came, he started examining their pot. The pots held flowers of different shapes, beautiful and healthy, but the king did not look happy. At the end of the line stood Pingala, and when the king reached him, he stopped in surprise. So we see this boy standing at last. Because he had not grown anything, he had no courage to face the king as well. "Child, why have you come with an empty pot? Could you not grow anything?" And this king asked him, why has he come with an empty pot? And in reply, what did he say? Just look at the other page. Pingala looked down and said, "Forgive me, your highness. I tried my best. I gave it the best soil and manure I had, but the plant would not grow." See the sincerity in this boy. Okay, he told that he tried his level best. He tried, okay, whatever he could do, but then, okay, he did not, or he did not grow any plant. Now the king's face broke into a smile. He enveloped Pingala in his arms and announced, "Here is the crown prince." And we see, okay, this king was surprised and embraced Pingala and announced what? That here is the crown prince. I had given everyone roasted seeds which would never grow, just to see which child was the most honest one and would admit he or she had not been able to grow anything. Only this boy told the truth. So, what happened to the rest? What about the other boys, okay, who brought beautiful plant to show the king? Because they have cheated, okay. From a roasted seed, you cannot have a plant. So, they were all cheaters. I'm sure he will rule this kingdom one day with truth and honesty. And indeed, that was what happened. When the king grew old and died, who had learned everything from when the king grew old and died, Pingala, who had learned everything from him, came to the throne and ruled Gandhara justly for many years. So you see the sincerity in this boy, and just because of his honesty, he was rewarded. He became the prince of the kingdom, and thereby, after the death of the king, he ruled this kingdom for many years. Hope I have made it clear to you all. And let us now see the exercise here. Exercise number A. You will see there it is written, choose the correct options. And when you write in the copy, make sure that you write the full sentence and with the correct options. You don't need to write all the other options which are given there. So, Gandhara was ruled by the just and wise king. Then put a dash, otherwise you can write in the next line the correct answer only. So this way, just keep writing after question number 5. So question number A, write in the copy. Hope I have made it clear to you. If you have any kind of queries to make, you may ask me. Thank you so much.